We hope you are watching our videos in large scale and you ask questions pertaining to the discussion going on in the class. In previous classes, we have discussing on reproductive health, particularly emphasizing population and also birth control. You study each bit concept very minutely and try to understand the concept, ask any question if you are facing some problems. Today, we have been discussing on another three concepts of reproductive health, starting from amniocentesis. Amniocentesis. In previous class, we have discussed the embryo is surrounded by four membranes which are called extraembryonic membranes. Outer one is chorion, next to chorion is amnion, then allantois and yolk sac. The fetal membrane which immediately surround the embryo is amnion, and the amnion is containing a cavity known as amniotic cavity. You see, within the amniotic membrane a cavity is known as, that is called amniotic cavity, and the amniotic cavity contains fluid called amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid. And this amniotic fluid is very vital for the growth and development of the fetus. We discuss what are the role of the amniotic fluid inside the amniotic cavity. First of all, it will prevent bacterial infection. It will allow the free movement of the fetus within the amniotic cavity. It will keep the fetus moist and prevent from bacterial infection and dehydration and desiccation. Next one is it will also helpful in maintaining pressure and temperature within the amniotic cavity. And one other important function we have discussed, by taking the amniotic fluid we can assess the chromosomal and biochemical abnormalities, if any, in the fetus. Also we can determine sex of the fetus. So that process is known as amniocentesis. Amniocentesis means it is the fetal sex determination and disorder test based on the chromosomal pattern of the cells found in amniotic fluid. Found in the amniotic fluid. So that cell is collected and the cell containing so many abnormalities that can be detected. This amniocentesis carried out at 14th to 15th week of pregnancy. 14th to 15th week of pregnancy, yearly it is carried out. Okay. And if the fetus is likely to suffer any chromosomal and biochemical abnormality, that can be assessed by diagnosing the chromosomal pattern in the cell found in the amniotic fluid, and that process is known as amniocentesis. Look at the diagram. Suppose this is you may say this is uterus, uterine cavity, and within the uterine cavity the fetus is growing. The fetus is growing within the uterine cavity. See, suppose this is fetus, fetus is surrounded by amniotic fluid, and here what is the procedure of amniocentesis? First of all, the location of fetus inside the amniotic cavity is diagnosed. कोडी फिटसटा को जगह अच्छी मनकर एटा यूट्रस, यूट्रस भितर फिटस ग्रो करुच्ची, एंड दिस इज द amniotic membrane, and within the membrane the amniotic fluid is there, cavity is there. First of all we have to diagnose where the fetus is lying. Amniotic cavity भितर कोडी fetus अच्छी, and that is done by means of ultrasonography. So what are the steps? I am writing down the steps of amniocentesis. First of all we have to diagnose the location of the fetus. Location of the fetus can be diagnosed by sonography. Sonography, you know, ultrasound sonography. Then second one, a fine needle passed into the amniotic cavity. It is punctured, needle puncture करागला, amniotic cavity भितर puncture करके तादर amniotic fluid निया गला. Now amniotic fluid is taken out, and this amniotic fluid contains the fetal cells. You see, amniotic fluid contains fetal cells. These cells are examined. The cells are having chromosomes. The chromosomes are examined. If there will be biochemical enzymatic abnormality of the chromosome, then it will be recommended the child to be aborted, not to carry out the pregnancy for long, because it will not become an asset to society, rather it will become a burden to society. But nowadays amniocentesis have been misutilized, you know, killing of the female fetus, female foeticide is increasing. So that is one of the major worry in some part of our country. Amniocentesis is misutilized because to kill the female fetus. तेणु पे amniocentesis बुझीपार, amniocentesis को अदरवाइज कहते amniotic fluid test. तो जो समराइज कर दूची मु, what is amniocentesis? Amniocentesis is a technique of detection of chromosomal and biochemical abnormalities and sex determination test based on the chromosomal pattern of the cell present in the amniotic fluid. It is otherwise known as amniotic fluid test. Amniocentesis को कहते amniotic fluid test. Now amniocentesis is carried out at early pregnancy, that is within 14 to 15th week of pregnancy. And how the amniocentesis is carried out? First of all, location of the fetus is diagnosed by means of sonography. Then a fine needle is passed into the or punctured into the abdomen, and it is entered through the amniotic cavity. Okay. Then a small amount of amniotic fluid is drawn. Small amount of amniotic fluid is drawn, and then it is examined under microscope. Then it is examined. Okay. So in this process amniocentesis is carried out, and what is the significance of amniocentesis? Actually it should be done to know the chromosomal biochemical abnormalities, if any. If the child is likely to suffer from chromosomal and biochemical abnormalities, it should be recommended to abort the child, because he will not become an asset to the society, or she will not become asset to society, rather it will become a burden to society. So the mother is recommended the child to be aborted. Okay. But nowadays amniocentesis is misutilized, because to kill the female foeticide, which should be banned. The amniocentesis procedure out an alternative procedure अच्छी ताको दी कोरियोनिक विलो सैंपलिंग. एटी मु कहली amniotic cavity को पंक्चर करागला, amniotic abdomen को पंक्चर करागला, amniotic कैविटी को पंक्चर करके amniotic fluid टा निया गला. But another easier technique nowadays carried out, that is chorionic villus sampling. Chorionic villus sampling. Okay. In short, it is known as CVS. So in this case, there is it is not required to draw the amniotic fluid, because sometimes it may be riskier. Only the chorionic cell of the chorionic villi. So what do we mean by chorion? I already explained. The outer fetal membrane is chorion, and chorion produces finger-like projections, that is called chorionic villi, and this chorionic villi enters into the crypt of the maternal endometrium. Now instead of taking the amniotic fluid, in this case what happened, the cell of the chorionic villi is taken out, and that is examined under the microscope. Here we have to take out the cells of chorionic villi, and the cells of chorionic villi contains fetal cell. chorionic villi रे मध्य fetal cell सब अछि. तो से fetal cell को आमे यदि कौन करिबा, examine करिबा. If we examine this fetal cell under the microscope, then we will diagnose the chromosomal and biochemical abnormalities, that is if it is occurring in the fetus, and we can solve or we can recommend the parents to abort the child. Okay? So this is one of the easier procedure, chorionic villus sampling. It is little bit easier and advanced technique instead of amniocentesis, because it is not so invasive, puncturing into the amniotic cavity and entering and drawing amniotic fluid from that. Okay. Amniocentesis, one of the short note likely to be asked in the examination. Another one is, that is MTP. So let's go to another content, MTP. What is MTP? MTP means medical termination of pregnancy. MTP, that is medical termination of pregnancy. Okay. MTP, otherwise known as induced abortion. Induced abortion. It is legalized in India in 1971. The act of killing fetus in the mother's uterus, that is called MTP. The act of killing fetus in the mother's uterus before it become viable. पिला को मारिदेवा, यूट्रस भितर मारिदेवा, से प्रॉपर्ली सर्वाइव करिया पूर्वरो it will be killed. That is called medical termination of pregnancy. ताको मध्य कहंदी induced abortion. MTP was not previously, it was not there. So many laws are not there. Actually, it is not legalized. But first of all, MTP is legalized in 1971. Okay, MTP को allow करा गला. आगुरु allow करा नथला, काहे allow करा गला? Because it is applicable for complicated and defective pregnancy. Already I told you, if there will be a risk to the mother, if there will be risk to the child, if the child is having some congenital abnormality, जन्मगत रोग अछि, if there will be some problem of the mother in childbirth, or if there will be casual sexual intercourse, unwanted pregnancies are there, in such cases MTP is normally recommended. That is why it is called induced abortion. Induce करा जो abortion को induce करा जो. It legalized करा 1971. Now NTP is comparatively safe in first trimester. फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर पहले आम डिस्कसन करछे दैट इज 12 weeks of pregnancy. MTP is comparatively safe in first trimester, but it can be allowed. It can be allowed up to 28 weeks. अलाउ करा जाई पारे 28 वीक पर्यंत, किंतु सेफ होची फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर. Why it is safe in first trimester? Because when the fetus is little at that particular time, it is easier to do MTP. But in the middle period of the pregnancy, if forcibly MTP is carried out, what usually happens that may causes uterine injury. The mother may die because of the hemorrhage. Heavy bleeding hey mother ta mori jai pare. At initial state, if MTP is carried out, it will be less riskier for the mother than that in case of advanced state. That is why it is not allowed after 28 weeks. Placenta is intimately associated. So if it is induced, if it will be aborted, then that may cause uterine injury. So this MTP actually are of two types. One is spontaneous. What is spontaneous? Another one is therapeutic. Spontaneous means if the aborted child is unrecognizedly passes throughout the vagina. The mother is not aware of the pregnancy, and after being MTP, it will be released through the menstrual cycle or menses. That is called spontaneous. माने spontaneously release हो जाए. Mother aware न थाए, mother is not aware of the pregnancy. Somehow due to jerk or something like that, there will be MTP. Mother is not aware, and that aborted child is unrecognizedly passing through the vagina by menstrual cycle or bleeding. That is called spontaneous. And what is therapeutic? Therapeutic means if therapeutic mane kon? Therapeutic mane doctor advice. If it is taking place by means of the advice of the doctor, that is called therapeutic. Okay? Vacuum aspiration, one of the procedure how MTP is carried out, that is vacuum aspiration. MTP is carried out because by means of medical advice. MTP is carried out by so many instruments with medical supervision, that is called therapeutic. So dita katha mon rakhibo, spontaneous mane unrecognized, and if it is carried out by doctor advice, that is called therapeutic. In world there are 45 to 50 millions of MTP. World रे 45 ରୁ 50 million MTP करा जाउची, and it measures 1/5 of total pregnancy. 1/5 of total pregnancy. बुझी पाले पिले एतिकी केते देखो एते MTP करा होची, unrecognizedly होची किबा डॉक्टर supervision ने होची, but this is the number of MTPs carried out in world, which is 1/5 of total pregnancy. Now say what are the significance? Already mu तुमको कहली MTP करा जाए कौन पई. What are the causes of MTP? First, number one, I told you MTP is carried out when there will be risk to the mother. MTP is carried out when there may be congenital abnormality in the child. In defective pregnancies, such as a child is suffering from spinal bifida, conjunctival gerosis, or spine is not properly developed, or MR child, mentally retarded child is there, growth and development is not perfect. In such cases, MTP is recommended. MTP is carried out if there will be casual unprotected sexual intercourse, the couples are not desirous to have the child. But nowadays MTP is carried out to kill the female fetus. As I told you in amniocentesis, MTP is also illegally used to kill the female fetus, which should be banned. Okay, it is also having a decreasing role to the population, but still then MTP should not be carried out to kill the female fetus because it is ethically banned. It should be ethically banned. That is why it will bring down the ratio of the female to that of the male. MTP is also carried out by medicine. During very early pregnancy, there is a unwanted kit is there. Unwanted kit is containing two hormonal preparation. One is misoprostol, another one is mifepristone. Misoprostol, mifepristol. तो मिसोप्रोस्टल कौन गोटे हूँ आंटी प्रोजेस्टेरॉन आउ आंटी आ गोटे प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन तो दुटा अच्छी लिखि दूसरी गोटे मिसोप्रोस्टल दिस इज प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन another one is mifepristone. Mifepristone is anti-progesterone. Okay, these two are present in unwanted kit. तो बोले मुझे एमटीपी जो गोटे मेडिकली मेडिसिन द्वारा भी हो पारे in 1 month of pregnancy MTP can also done by medicine, but after 1 month 2 month by the help of the doctor, okay, MTP is carried out. ताको vacuum aspiration technique is there, vacuum करके detachment हुए placenta, vacuum aspiration technique, but MTP is carried out at early stage by unwanted kit containing two hormone. One is misoprostol, that is prostaglandin. So you know what the prostaglandin hormone will do? Prostaglandin hormone actually causes uterine contraction. Whenever there is movement of sperm, semen is containing prostaglandin, that causes uterine contraction. So if we will induce uterine contraction artificially, then there will be abortion. Second one is mifepristone, anti-progesterone, you know. Progesterone maintains the placenta. If anti-progesterone is given, then the placenta start receding. So here tablets are containing misoprostol and mifepristone in unwanted kit. Some tablets are taken orally and some injected through the vagina, and that will erode the uterine endometrium and abortion passes through the vagina or through menstrual cycle. Okay, menstrual bleeding भलिया है कि से abortion pass कर जाए, but it is very dangerous sometimes. Sometimes it may take the life of the mother. Everything should be done under doctor's supervision, because sometimes heavy bleeding occurs and then that will take the life of the mother. Okay, so this is how all about MTP. So we have discussed what is amniocentesis and what is MTP. Just look at some slides, dear students. Before going to next, first look at some slide. Amniocentesis, it is a fetal sex determination and disorder test based on the chromosomal pattern in the amniotic fluid surrounding the developing embryo. Amniocentesis carried out in 14 to 15th week of pregnancy. Procedure lekha hai, location of placenta determined, fine hollow needle pass into abdominal cavity, small amount of amniotic fluid is withdrawn which contain fetal skin cell protein enzymes, and they are examined in vitro, body bahar examine karajibo. Now look at the diagram, how the injection is entering through the amniotic sac, driving out some of the amniotic fluid to be examined. ये देखो डायग्राम अच्छी इंजेक्शन को पास कराई amniotic fluid ता भितर आना जीवो. Fetus is growing within the amniotic cavity and amniotic fluid is taken out. But how it is misutilized? It is misused as it is used to kill the normal female fetus. normal female fetus kill करिया पे यूज करा होची, so it should be legally banned. Another concept we have discussed, that is medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of pregnancy means terminating pregnancy before the fetus become viable, okay, in the mother's uterus. It is legalized 1971, comparatively safe in 12 weeks of pregnancy but allowed up to 28 weeks of pregnancy. Now see this diagram, how the fetus is killed within the mother. Spontaneous means it is passes unrecognized with the menses, menstrual cycle automatically पळे आसीबो, एटा automatically हुए without the knowledge. But if there will be medical supervision or by doctor's advice, that is called therapeutic. Now I told you mifepristone and misoprostol tablets, this is unwanted kit. In unwanted kit, 2 hormonal preparations are there, antiprogesterone and prostaglandin, that causes the placenta to erode. Reasons for MTB: casual unprotected intercourse, if not used contraceptive during coitus, functional failure of contraceptive, pregnancy is harmful to mother and fetus, or if there be congenital abnormality of the fetus. Significance: it is having a role in decreasing population and it is applicable for complicated and defective pregnancies. Okay, now come to next concept, that is infertility. ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ concept को ଯିବା, infertility. What do you mean by infertility? Infertility पहले जहाँ sterility से आए, okay, lack of producing children in spite of several years of cohabitation and casual unprotected sexual intercourse called infertility. Okay, not having children, remaining together for long, for 1 year or more, but not having child bearing, that is called infertility. Okay, inability to produce children in spite of several years of cohabitation, casual unprotected sexual intercourse is known as infertility. Infertility may be congenital, जन्मगत हो पारे, may be acquired, may be due to some disease, or may be immunological. So many causes of infertility are there. And infertility categorized into 2 types. One is primary infertility, second one is secondary infertility. If the couples are not having child at all, that is called primary infertility. If there is previous pregnancies but inability of producing child subsequently, that is known as secondary infertility. A infertility दुईटा अच्छी, गोटे हूँ primary infertility, primary माने जमा चाइल्ड बियरिंग हेनी. सेकेंड हूँ सेकेंडरी इनफर्टिलिटी. Secondary infertility means there are previous pregnancy but not having ability to produce child subsequently, that is called secondary infertility. Here 2 important things are there. Infertility is not associated with females only. Infertility is very much associated with the males, but normally females are blamed. Whenever there is no child bearing, normally the female is sent to the home. Why the female is not producing child? But there are sufficient reason why the male become infertile. So I can say that male is having more reason than the female to become infertile. So in this context we will discuss 2 types of infertility. One is male infertility, second one is female infertility. So what are the causes of male infertility? What are the causes of male infertility? Number 1, oligospermia. Oligo means few, Okay, if this semen is having few quantity of sperm, that is called oligospermia. Oligo mane hochi few. Semen ne few sperm अछि, they cannot fertilize the ovum. By chance se mori gala, fertilization ability, fertilization break hegala. That is called oligospermia. Second one I can say azoospermia. Azoospermia. Azoospermia means the semen is not having sperm, that is called azoospermia. Okay, third one, tubular blockage. Tubular blockage means vas deferens or vasa efferentia, these will be blocked. If the vasa efferentia, vas deferens blocked, this sperm will not able to pass through it. That is called tubular blockage. Fourth one is anti-sperm antibody. Anti-sperm antibody. Some antibody having retarding effect on the movement of sperm. Anti-sperm antibody. Fifth one is Y chromosome deletion. Okay. Sixth one, prolonged use of antipsychotic or antihypertensive drugs. Antihypertensive drugs. Okay. Rise in total temperature. Rise in total temperature. Another one, reduce level of FSH and LH, you can say gonadotrophin. Okay, ADM, androgen deficiency in aging male because of the deficiency of androgen. So many reasons are there. Once again I repeat, oligospermia means the semen is having few quantity of sperm. Another term is there, that is called asthenospermia. If the tail is not perfect, the sperm will not about to swim inside the female genital tract. Another term is that globozoospermia. Globozoospermia ne kono na tar jo acrosome ta achi, acrosome properly formation hei nathibo. That is called globozoospermia. In globozoospermia, the sperm is not about to penetrate through the ovum. Azoospermia means the semen is having few quantity of sperm. Tubular blockage means if the fallopian tube, if the vas deferens or vasa efferentia blocked. Similarly, female le madhya achi blockage. Tubular blockage is applicable in both male and female infertility. Okay. Anti-sperm antibody. Some antibody are there which retard the movement of sperm, having retarding effect. These are also causing infertility. If the Y chromosome is deleted, that is also infertility. Then prolonged use of antipsychotic and antihypertensive drug. बहुत समय धरी high blood pressure medicine use कले कि if somebody having mental defect थियो ताहले मध्य कौन होबो ना infertility हेई पारे. If somebody having defect in the mind or suffering from high blood pressure, he is using the medicine for long time, then there will be infertility. Rise in total temperature. Scrotal temperature, scrotum ro temperature बढ़ी गले जानि जो sperm टा destroy हो जाए ताको नि varicocele. If there will be rise in scrotal temperature, then that is also one of the cause of male infertility. Reduce level of FSH and LH. FSH LH hormone टा कौन ला कमी गला, gonadotrophin, that causes male infertility. ADAM, androgen deficiency in aging male due to lack of testosterone, that is also causing infertility. Another one is you know vasectomy. Vasectomy means ligation of vas deferens of both the side. So these are some causes of male infertility. If we list the female infertility, what are the causes of female infertility? Okay. Number 1, LPD, luteal phase defect. You know menstrual cycle what is luteal phase defect or failure of corpus luteum, failure of formation of corpus luteum, okay, and ovulation is not taking place because of reduced level of LH. Okay, reduced level of FSH and LH gonadotrophin ता माने कमी गला. You know FSH is very much essential for follicular development and the LH is very much responsible for ovulation. Follicular development habani, ovulation habani, and ovulation lecture. Okay, luteal phase defect. Okay, another one is that is ineffective sperm penetration. Ineffective sperm penetrate kari pariboni due to elongation of cervix ta elongate hei jibo cervix. Then cervicitis means there will be inflammation of cervix. Okay, elongation of cervix ta lengthen hei gala, cervix ta inflammation hele kono cervicitis. Then another one is tubectomy, you know, ligation of the fallopian tube, both the sides are known as tubectomy. Another fimbriae, you know, in fallopian tube both the side it is dilated, fallopian tube upper part of dilation heichi and the dilated part of the fallopian tube is called infundibulum and the finger like structure present in that is known as fimbriae. And if the fimbriae are very much short, they are not able to pick up the secondary oocyte, that is also causing female infertility. Okay, another one dyspareunia, painful sexual intercourse, that is called dyspareunia. If the sexual intercourse become very painful, dyspareunia. So so many causes are there. पुणी मेल इनफर्टिलिटी आउर मध्य लिखि परिबा आमे कोन अछि ना गोटे इम्पोटेंसी माने rudimentary sexual organ. If the sexual organ will be rudimentary or lack of erection of penis, coital problem is there, coitus is not possible because of the lack of penetration of the penis through the vagina, that is called impotency, that occurs due to defect in corpus cavernosa and corpus spongiosum. These are the erectile muscle present in penis of male. So these are some causes of male and female infertility. Now go to the slide. Here I have written, just look at the slides I am showing you. Inability to produce children for a couple in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation with 1 year or more. Infertility are of two types, primary and secondary infertility. Next one, say the cases of infertility. Male 30% अच्छी, female 30%, एटा study कराइछि, others 5%, combined male and female 10%, unexplained 25%. Look at the pie chart showing the percentage of infertility. Now what are the causes? Cryptorchidism, another term. I left out here lekhini cryptorchidism. Cryptorchidism mane kon अछि re? Failure of testes to descend down into scrotal sac. Scrotal sac को दी testes descend कलानी ताकोनी cryptorchidism. Oligospermia, I told you, alcoholism. Alcohol टा कौन करे? Impotency करे. Sterility, alcoholism impotency करे, infertility भी करे. Impotency, no lack of erection of penis, hormonal deficiency, immotile cilia. If the tail is not having cilia, or tail is lack of axial filament or the rudimentary tail. Tubular blockage mane blockage of the vas deferens, vasa efferentia, anti-sperm antibody, high temperature, low fructose content ଲେଖିଛି fructose content କମିଗଲେ sperm ର viability ହେବନି, vasectomy. Okay, now say male infertility disorder, semen disorder 10%, testicular failure 9%, other 7%, obstruction 6%, cryptorchidism 6%, varicocele, high scrotal temperature, that is one of the major cause of infertility in male. Okay, 37%. Now female infertility, I told you, ovarian problem थियो, hormonal cause, uterine factor, if there will be problem in uterus, cervical factor, cervicitis, elongation of cervix, fimbriae, lack of picking of the secondary oocyte, dyspareunia, pain in sexual intercourse, if the macrophages are there in vagina, and then tubectomy. Now say what are the cases of female infertility? Cervical factor 10%, ovulatory dysfunction 40%, mechanical factor 30 to 50%. These are the cases of female infertility. See, female infertility problem lekha heichi kon su hue, hormonal problem, scared ovaries, premature menopause, follicle problem, endometriosis mane kon? Endometriosis means breakage of endometrium. Already କହିଛି 10% infertility due to abnormal uterus, other factor, and taking of alcohol, smoking, drugs. Okay, so dear students, we have discussed today regarding amniocentesis and then medical termination of pregnancy and infertility pertaining to male and female infertility. Hopefully you understood the thing. In next class we will deal with assisted reproductive technology and then what are the STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Assisted reproductive technology means if somebody having infertility or sterility, what are the procedure adopted to solve the infertility problem, and what are the diseases occurring in the sexual organ which are transmitting from one to another by sexual contact. Thank you all.